بیرون. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق الأجمعين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وخاتم النبيين حبيبنا وحبيب إليها العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى طيبين الطاهرين معصومين ولا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين ولأن الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum to the brothers and sisters. May inshallah Allah Azza wa Jal have accepted your mourning for Imam Ali alayhi salam and your fasting and all the ibadat. And secondly, I would like to say tasliyat, to say my condolences to the muhibbeen of Amir al-Mu'mineen, to the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And most of all, and most important of all, say my condolences to Imam al-Asra wal-Zaman, Ajalallahu ta'ala Sharif. Please recite salawat. Brothers and sisters, in this materialistic world, in this domain that is bound by problems and issues, no problem, no issue will be fixed unless truly, I'm talking about the root of the problem. The root of the problem will not be fixed until the Imam of our time will come and bring the dominance and the word of Allah on earth. And brothers and sisters, Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam, just like the other Imams, needs companions. It's not a one-person show. We need people. This is not going to happen with a miracle. If miracles were supposed to happen in this case, then in the time of Ashura, Imam Hussein alayhi salam would order the earth to take the soldiers of Yazid within itself and bury them alive. But this did not happen. Why? The reason being that the purpose of people on earth is to have tarbiyah, is to become an insan, a true insan, an insan kamil. And when that happens, they follow the Imam of their time. They understand intellectually, they understand spiritually, they understand the truth, and then they follow the truth. So Imam Zaman alayhi salam needs soldiers, brothers and sisters. Whether from the brother's side and the sister's side. I've mentioned this I'm not sure if I mentioned it here before, but the 313 of Imam Zaman alayhi salam, many of them, I'm not exactly sure if it was 70 or 50 of them are sisters, are women. So this is not only for the men, I'm saying this so the sisters can hear as well. Many of them are of the women. And by the way, all the 313, according to hadith, are mujtahideen. So very knowledgeable women and men that understand religion completely, because they're supposed to take a domain. The whole earth will be split into 313 sections, and each of these individuals are in charge of one section. And then, of course, the second circle of soldiers that are supposed to help each of these 313, and so on and so forth. It needs a system. Islam is a system. Islam is a system. It's a system that even an imam will give their life to keep the system alive. Even an imam will give their life, as Abu Abdullah al-Hussein did, gave his life to keep the system alive. The system of Islam is extremely important. The imams fought over it. They would give their lives. If it was needed for the system, they would stay alive, as Imam Sajjad alayhi salam stayed alive. And it was when it was time to give their life to protect the system, they would. This is the importance of it. To become a true soldier, we need knowledge. That's why are we sitting here learning about Islam in the night of Qadr? You could say, well, let's just do a'mal and do latmiya and so on and so forth. But our ma'asumeen have paid a lot of attention to understanding, to knowing. And I'll give you an example. In the time of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the three main wars. There's a narration from one of the ulama that he would say, very knowledgeable about history and so on and so forth, would say, I would want to put myself in the time of the wars of Amir al-Mu'mineen and see in that time, would I have gone astray or would I have been with Amir al-Mu'mineen? And he says, I thought to myself, in the war of Jamal, would I have truly been on the correct side at the time? People were saying this is the wife of Rasulullah and so on and so forth. Would have I picked the side of Amir al-Mu'mineen or not? He said, I thought to myself, hard. And I thought maybe, not 100%, but maybe I would have actually been in the side of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Why? Because there's so much hadith. I've seen so many hadith that after me is Ali and so on. I was there for Qadir, supposing that Alim was there. He's saying, after reading all of this, of course. He said, I then put myself in the war of Safin. And I thought to myself, if I was in that war, would I have been on the side of Amir al-Mu'mineen or would have I been against Amir al-Mu'mineen with Muawiyah? Which side would have I been? And he said, I thought about it long and hard. Would have I taken away by the propaganda that was given by Muawiyah at the time, taken astray? Would have I fell for it or would I have been in the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen? He said, I thought long and hard over it. And then I thought to myself, maybe I would have I can put myself in the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen. When I put myself in the third war with Khawarij, I thought to myself, here maybe not. Here maybe not. Why? Because the Khawarij, they had stain of the turba on their foreheads. In the time of a war, when it got to nighttime, you could hear the army of Amir al-Mu'mineen crying in the middle of the night doing Salat al-Layl, but you could also hear the crying from the Khawarij doing Salat al-Layl. So the most important thing is not just doing a'mal, brothers and sisters. A'mal is extremely important. With the correct ideology, it is very important. With the correct knowledge, it's very important. With understanding what we are doing is very important. Let it not be in the Laylatul Qadr that I just try to finish it. Okay, I have 20 du'as that I need to finish. I need to finish these surahs of the Quran. It's a race. Let me finish it. It is a race to fix yourself, not a race to finish everything. It is better to have a few diamonds than hundreds and thousands upon thousands of rocks. Because the value is in the diamond. The value is in the diamond. When you're reading these, if you can but a few sentences, if you, of course you understand some of it, amazing. If you don't read the translation, listen to in Joshan Kabir who you are calling to. Pay attention to the names of Allah that you are calling on. Sometimes it is that we're reading and we're just reading on. Na'uzubillah, we're reading a book, we're reading a novel. We're not paying attention to the meaning that has been said. Imam Rida alayhi salam has a hadith, thinking 1 hour is more than so and so of prayer. A lot of hours, a lot of days, a lot of weeks you could even say. Depends on the way that you think and the depth that you go into. Let's think, why is it that I do this a'mal? Why is it that I'm calling out to Allah in 1,000 different names, and then I'm calling to Him? I ask Him by Himself. I do qasam on Himself, and then Rasulullah and the Ma'soomeen alayhi salam to help me. Why is it I'm doing this? To think about these things, to be on the correct path. The Khawarij was also reading Quran with one small little trick. The army of Muawiyah took so many astray. Why? They took the Quran, they put it on the spikes, and they said, we're Muslim as well. Amir al-Mu'minin says, the Quran al-Natiq, the Quran that is hayy, that is alive, is me. Follow me. Did those people wait a second and think to themselves, well, those who right now are putting the Quran on the spikes, do they not think that, so Ali doesn't understand the Quran? Amir al-Mu'minin doesn't understand the Quran? Do they understand it better than he does? Was Amir al-Mu'minin not there every single time a ayah was revealed to Rasulullah? So they understand the Quran better? False emotions, brothers and sisters. False emotions. False narratives. Propaganda. Propaganda is not something new that you can see in today's media and so on. It's been there for ages. It was there in World War I and World War II and so on and so forth. Even the times of the Ma'soomeen, it was there. Heavy, trying to take people astray. Otherwise, who embodied the Quran more than Amir al-Mu'minin did? Who? And I'll give you an example of a story. There was a time that a person came to Muawiyah, and he said to Muawiyah, listen, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Rasulullah and Amir al-Mu'minin, is saying the fada'il of Amir al-Mu'minin, the good traits of Amir al-Mu'minin between the people. And let's remember that at that time they started to do la'an of Amir al-Mu'minin on the members. On the members they were doing la'an. This is Amir al-Mu'minin we're talking about. Even if you take the meaning of min kuntu mawla fahada alayhi mawla as being whoever loves me loves him, how are you doing la'an to him? Even if you take the meaning of hub, of love, even though that's completely wrong, but even if you do take that according to you, even if you do take that, why are you doing la'an? If you love Rasulullah, you're supposed to love Amir al-Mu'minin. But it's more than that, of course. Whoever follows Rasulullah has to follow Amir al-Mu'minin. It's extremely important. Why is it that it says Ati'ullah wa Ati'ur Rasul? Question that we need to think about. Is following Rasul anything other than following Allah? So why is Allah saying it again? Why is He saying follow the Rasul? Ati'ullah wa Ati'ur Rasul. But if the Rasul is saying everything that Allah is saying, just say Ati'ullah. No, the reason is some people, even in the time of Rasulullah, said what? Said that Rasulullah, you are saying this, but God has said so and so. I'll give you an example. In the wartime, when they left Medina and Rasulullah said, break your fast, we're traveling. They said, no. Allah said we need to fast in the month of Ramadan. And Rasulullah said, the same ayah that I brought to you, the one I told you to fast, I'm also telling you, break your fast now. No. Allah said that we need to fast. See, these are false narratives. This is not thinking. And again, I want to have husn zan and say that it's no thinking. Otherwise, if we say that, no, they want to purposely go against the word of Allah and the word of Rasul, that's another conversation. Ati'ullah wa Ati'ur Rasul, and we're going to get to obviously the next section. Going back to the story, they say to Muawiyah that Ibn Abbas is saying the Fazail of Ali. He says, well, call him. Before, when they said he's saying tafsir of Quran, what did he say? He said, of course, Ibn Abbas, they're Bani Hashim. They're from Rasulullah. Who better to say the Quran and the tafsir of Quran than Ibn Abbas? By the way, Ibn Abbas is one of the biggest mufassirin we have at the time of Rasulullah and after him. And they told him, no, he's saying the Fazail of Ali. He said, call Ibn Abbas to me. Why is he saying the Fazail of Ali? So they brought it to him and he said, listen, Ibn Abbas, what are you doing? He said, nothing, I'm giving talks and lectures to the people. We're talking about the Quran and so on. He said, Ibn Abbas, you can talk about the Quran, but you cannot say the Fazail of Amir al-Mu'mineen. You cannot say the Fazail of Ali. And Ibn Abbas looks at him and says, Muawiyah, if I read إِنَّمَا وَلِيُّكُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ, that all of you know the ayah, that he gave his ring in that time. He gave his ring at that time to the poor. What should I say? It was famous. Everyone, all the ashab knew that إِنَّمَا وَلِيُّكُمُ اللَّهُ, what it meant. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew what it meant. And then here Muawiyah says, Ibn Abbas, why do you need to read this ayah? Read another ayah. You don't need to read this ayah. And he says, okay, what if I read Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul al-amr? Who's the ul al-amr minkum? Who's ul al-amr? He says, yes, I know that's Ali, but listen, why do you have to read this ayah? Go read so many ayahs in the Quran. Read another ayah. Then he reads the ayah of Tathir. Yutahhirakum tathira. He says, yes, I know this ayah of Tathir is about Ali and Awlad Ali and his wife Hazrat Zahra alayhi salam. Why do you have to read this ayah? Go read another ayah. He says, what if I read Kullu Qawmin Had, that the Hadi of the Ummah is Amir al-Mu'mineen? He said, why are you reading this ayah? Go read another ayah. Why are you reading this ayah? Go read another ayah. Then he read the ayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen sleeping in the place of Rasulullah. He said, why are you reading this ayah? Go read another ayah. And one after the other, he kept on reading different ayahs. Anfusana wa anfusakum. He said, yes, I understand. In this ayah, it was the ayah of Mubahile. The nafs of Rasulullah is Amir al-Mu'mineen. Don't read this ayah. Go read another ayah. One after the other, one after the other. He says, stop. Just read another ayah. He says, what ayah should I read? That Amir al-Mu'mineen is not within that ayah. And Muawiyah there says, read إِذَا ذُلْدِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ ذِلَالَهَا. And then Ibn Abbas starts to smile and he starts to laugh. He says, what can I do? Even in this ayah I have to talk about Ali. And he says, what are you talking about? He said, it's famous. A year passed after the passing of Rasulullah. Medina started to have an earthquake. It started to shake. Everyone was scared. They saw suddenly Amir al-Mu'mineen came between the people. And it started to shake even more. It is narrated that Amir al-Mu'mineen stamped his feet hard on the ground and read this ayah. And then told them, Abu Turab is telling you to be calm. Calm down, Abu Turab is telling you to be calm. All the people knew that the earthquake stopped. And since then, earthquake didn't come. Everyone knew that this is one of the Fada'il of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Please recite salawat. This is the Mawla that we have. This is the Ali that we have. So they show you some Qur'ans on the spikes and then you say, because of these Qur'ans I'm not going to follow him. I'm going to go against him. I'm not going to follow him because they took the Qur'an up. Those who took the Qur'an up and said, we're Muslim, they didn't know what the Qur'an is. They didn't even understand a single word. For them, Qur'an was but just a few pieces of paper. They didn't understand it. The Qur'an has a baton. The Qur'an that was given to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala. The Qur'an that was given to Rasulullah in its complete form was the Qur'an that was in the heavens. That yes, it came down, and that same Qur'an is the Qur'an that we have today. However, let's pay attention to the ayah of the Qur'an. It says, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That book. It doesn't say this book. This in Arabic is هَذَا. هَذَا كِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. By the way, let's not make the controversy that I'm saying that there is a doubt in this book. There's no doubt in this Qur'an. The Qur'an that we have that is on paper, it's the same, it's a mirror image of the Qur'an that is in the heavens. that was given to Rasulullah. Of course, this is the paper version, or I should say the materialistic version, and then there is a higher spiritual version as well. Just like the Ma'sumin have a physical body, just as we do, but they also have a body that is spiritual, higher. They have a body that is higher. As we do, souls, they have one extra thing as well. They have a nur, they have a light, that the light of all of the earth and the universe has come from them. We have hadith for this, many. That they have the khalq al-nuri, they call it khalq al-nuri as well. These 14 individuals, these 14 ma'asumin alayhi salam. And of course, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I mentioned this yesterday, the laqab of Amir al-Mu'mineen is only for this one individual. No other ma'soom do we call Amir al-Mu'mineen. Only him. He's the start of Imamat. It is with his sword that Islam did not fall. When Rasulullah sent him to fight in the war of Khandaq, he said all of Iman is going to fight all of Kufr. Who was all of his Iman? Who was all of Iman? Amir al-Mu'mineen. Another thing that happened there, which I wanted to mention, is that Rasulullah took the amama that Hazrat Jibreel brought to him from the heavens, and put it on the head of Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is, by the way, this is a sign in the Arabic world. When you want to pick a person after you, do this exact thing. And according to our narrations and some other narration that we can speak about, after saying that he is my brother, he says Vasi'i. He's the Vasi of me. He's the person after me. I leave everything to him. I leave what? The ummah. I leave the ummah to him. There is many instances that Rasulullah has mentioned this. Many instances. But if someone does not follow the knowledge, if someone does not follow learning and understanding why something is happening, they can get astray very easily. They can be taken away with a wave so easily. If you don't educate yourself today about the issue, for example, in Palestine, you can be taken away by the wave a lot. For example, they claim we do not kill the innocent. No, we're trying to eradicate terrorists. Question: there is doctors, American doctors, and even Israeli doctors that have said that there is pinpoint accuracy of snipers hitting kids, little kids, as 12, 7, 6, straight on the head and the heart. In a way that the doctor said himself, I couldn't have pinpointed the heart better myself as a doctor. That's how accurate the bullet was. He said so many children, we saw that the bullet was straight in the heart and in the head of a child. You're telling me that you are telling us that these soldiers are one of the best soldiers and the best snipers, and they don't see that this is a kid you're hitting? And you see today they come out and say, if you don't kill these children will grow up to be terrorists. So you're justifying the killing of the innocents? Imagine if it was the other way around. What would happen? We need to educate ourselves even in these situations, so we don't take away by the propaganda, by the lies that are being told to us. Same thing happened over then. The same thing happened. The Khawarij, when they were saying La Ali wa La Muawiyah, they said both of them no. It is narrated that once a husband and wife were walking, the wife was pregnant. I want to show you the disgust of these people, the Khawarij. They were going, and the Khawarij stopped them. There was a few soldiers and they stopped them. And they asked him, where are you coming from? He said, I'm coming from so and so. Where are you going? I'm going. He said, who do you follow? Do you follow Muawiyah? And they said, no, we follow Amir al-Mu'mineen. They were Shias. You know what the Khawarij did? This is narrations, you can go see it. They bet together to guess what is the child's gender in the mother's womb. Meaning, they bet before it and then took out the child from the mother's womb. Ripped the child out. Imagine this horrific image at that time. These are the same Khawarij that were doing what? Salat al-Layl and so on and so forth. It is not Salat al-Layl that makes you a true insan. It's a vilayat that makes you a true insan. And if you are a true wali, then of course you do Salat al-Layl, you do your Salat on proper. Let's not take one side and then forget the other. Or take the other side and forget the other side. There is both people. They forget vilayat, they stick to these things. And then they bring a false sense of security that, you know, I do Salat al-Layl. I read the Quran, I read one juz of Quran. Wait, hold on. You were supposed to not have ego by doing this. This is adding to your ego. What kind of a prayer is this? This is the same prayer that Shaitan did, Iblis did. So you're doing Salat al-Layl. Sometimes this unfortunately happens to some people. 2 days, 3 days, a month, a year, they read Salat al-Layl, they feel, MashaAllah, I'm performing Salat al-Layl. I'm something different. You're nothing different. You're not doing anything special. Don't think you're doing something special. You must be doing it. You must be praying on time. You must be reading the Quran. You're not doing it for anyone else but you. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it to better yourself. If you're doing it to become more egotistical, then compare yourself. Compare yourself to the awliya, to the ma'soomeen. You're getting arrogant? Let's not forget that by doing a few a'mal doesn't make us the highest of the high. Let's not forget that just because we have vilayat doesn't mean we shouldn't do the a'mal. Of course you should do the a'mal. Of course you should read the Quran. If you truly love the Ahlul Bayt, if you love Amir al-Mu'mineen, you act like him. What was Amir al-Mu'mineen doing? Most of his time was for ibadat. Helping others. Most of his time was helping others, helping his family. Doing good deeds. Doing ibadat. We should have the whole picture, brothers and sisters. And then doing these ibadat, but not having the vilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen. What is the point? You're missing the main piece. You're missing the main piece. You don't have the whole arsenal in your hands. You don't. Because you're missing one of the main parts is vilayat. The vilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen is a shart here. Because I gave you examples. Do you think Shemr, for example, he didn't do ibadat? 9 times he went walking to Mecca to do Hajj. How many ibadat did he do? How much did he read the Quran and so on and so forth? Go read about his life. Did he have vilayat? So when Habib ibn Mazahir wants to say, he read the khutbah in the Zuhr of Ashura and he said there's a difference between us and you. And one of the difference is vilayat. We have vilayat and you don't. This thing itself is something that makes me above and beyond. This helps me reach Allah like no other person. Vilayat. And it's not arrogance. It is not arrogance. It's lutf. It's the rahmah of Allah that I've been able to be the muhibbeen of the Ahlul Bayt, to be a follower of the Ahlul Bayt. And a follower of Ahlul Bayt doesn't mean, oh, I just believe. No, I act. Imam Hassan alayhi salam has a beautiful riwayat where he says, if a person truly loves us, they listen to our words. How can you say, I love, for example, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, but I'm not, I sometimes pray, sometimes don't. Sometimes I pray on time, sometimes I don't. If you really love Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he prayed not only did he pray on time, in the middle of war he prayed on time. And I promise you, none of us are in the middle of war. Everything that we have, our lives are not in risk. Yes, if your life is in risk, if you want to, at that moment in time, postpone a little bit of your salah, do so. But is it at the moment? No, we're mixed in the materialistic realm. We're mixed in this dunya. We're mixed in this hubb and nafs, in this loving of ourselves. Reaching the highest levels in this materialistic realm. Even though you love yourself, remember this one thing. Remember this one thing, even if you love yourself, because it starts from there. At least remember that the next life is eternity. And if you truly love yourself, work for eternity and not work for a few years. And this is what goes back to our lectures before. For a person to believe this, they need to have yaqeen. Because if a person has yaqeen, they truly understand and they truly believe that there is an afterlife, I promise you they won't make a mistake. I promise you. If someone truly believes in Imam Zaman alayhi salam, and he sees that he knows this, he has yaqeen, that I know he can see all of my deeds. He knows, he hears it. You won't make a mistake. Why? Because if you have a person, ayatollah or your parents and so on and so forth, a person of respect towards you, you have respect towards them. If they're with you, you won't make a lot of sins. A lot of sins are made when we're alone. Even paying respect to someone, in a crowd we pay more respect. If we're with the person personally, we might say loads of other things, use foul language, use so on and so forth. But if a person of importance, a marja for example, or if you know that he's there, you won't do so many of the mistakes. Someone much more important than the marajah and your parents and so on, and everyone that you think can see what you're doing. And that's Imam Zaman alayhi salam. More important than that, every second of every minute, Allah sees what you do. Do you truly have yaqeen in this? Do you truly have yaqeen that Allah sees everything that you do? Because Amir al-Mu'mineen did. Amir al-Mu'mineen had yaqeen. If all the curtains were taken away from his eyes, not a single piece would have been added to his yaqeen. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen. So in every single endeavor that he did, he had this in his mind. I'm working for Allah. A few nights ago I mentioned the hadith where he threw the mal'oon on the floor and he was going to cut him. What did he do? He got up, calmed down. Even though Amir al-Mu'mineen is calm. We don't even understand the intensity of existence that he's speaking about. But what he said, I wanted to make sure if I am killing this one individual, I'm doing it for God and no other person. Not for myself, not for anything. Just because it is my duty to do so. It is my duty to take away this beacon of kufr. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen. It is Amir al-Mu'mineen that his shahadat is within the nights of Qadr. Brothers and sisters, this important night that is higher than a lifetime. This night is more important than alf al-shahr, 1,000 months. If we calculate that, it's more than a lifetime. It's more than a person's lifetime. Lifetime of, you have to calculate, divided by 12 and see how many months, how many years it is. 82 I think, or 83 or 84, something in the 80s, 90s maybe. It's more than a lifetime. One night, but more than a lifetime. What better opportunity do you want? What better opportunity do you want than these nights? So even me trying to see, is it the 19th? Is it the 21st? Is it the 23rd? Is it 27th? Is it 25th? Why are you taking the risk? Few nights, more than a lifetime. Work for it. Work for it. How do I know that this night has been of use? If after this night, I'm answering the question. If after the night you are not the same person, you've truly changed. You keep coming back to that night. Remember the ibadat that I did? Remember the Joshan Kabir I did? After I read all of these ibadat, I called Allah, I called the Ma'sumeen and so on and so forth. When I put the Quran on my head, what did I pray for? One of the most important things that we should pray for is, Oh Allah, fix myself. Save me from my own nafs. Allow me not to do the ma'asiyat of Allah. Allow me for the ma'asiyat of Allah to be important for me not to commit, and make it so that the wajibat and what Allah wants from me, for it to be important for me. Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, in our communities, sometimes, unfortunately, this thing is not important for us. If you feel this within yourself, because the best judge of yourself is you yourself. Want this from Allah. Want it for it to be important for you. Ask for everything in this day, in this night, in these nights that we have left. Ask for anything, everything, small, big, whatever it is. Spiritual growth, financial growth, kids, parents, loved ones, friends, family, everyone. Don't limit it on one thing. Everything, even the salt of your house, small as a salt. Want it on this night and these nights. And as I mentioned that hadith, there was famous a person that could not come to all the nights of Qadr, the last 10 nights to Medina to be with the Prophet. Rasulullah said to him, 19th, 21st and the 23rd. That's why these nights are very important. Of course, we have other narrations. It doesn't diminish any other narration. That's why we should take care of it. And there is now a doubt that at the end of, for example, Ramadan will, for example, the 30th or the 31st of March, will it be Eid time? We don't know. So one day, if it's sooner and we see the thing, then we see, oh, so the night that I did 21st, it was, for example, the 22nd, or vice versa. But it's not hard. It's only a few nights. But it's more than many decades, 1,000 months. Sometimes we're lazy, brothers and sisters. But what are you lazy for? For yourself? For yourself to excel? Let it not be the case that when it's the last day and they're putting us in our graves, we think, oh, look at how many Laylatul Qadr I missed. Look at how many golden opportunities that Allah had given me in different months. Let me use it to the best and have the correct intention to do so. The correct intention. There's a beautiful narration from one of the ulama. He says he studied in Najaf and then later on came to Qom. And he said that when I went to the majalis of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, I saw that a man came, an older man. And he would come and just drink some tea and have something and leave. I didn't see this person cry for Abu Abdullah. I didn't see this person do anything. I saw nothing. I saw nothing of this person. And I started to not like him. I started to dislike him. What is this? You're just coming to drink tea and have food and leave? So he thought of him in a bad way. He didn't have husn zan. So I thought of him in a bad way. And I was like, wait, what is he doing? He said, I saw him in the Najaf at that time, and then later on I saw him in Iran as well. This person passed away. This person passed away and I saw him in my dream. He came to me and I saw that he was in such an amazing place. He was in Barzakh. Not obviously, it's not the Yawm al-Qiyamah for everyone to go to Jannah or hell or heaven. But he had an amazing Barzakh. And he said, what are you doing here? He said, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein gave me this. And he said to me, stay here for now until Qiyamah. I'll give you something even better in the hereafter. And he said to him, I didn't see you do anything. All you did, you came to drink tea and have food and leave. And then he said, he looked at me in a really angrily way. He said, I drank tea, but did I drink any other tea than Abu Abdullah al-Hussein? Pay attention to what I'm saying. Did I drink any tea other than Abu Abdullah al-Hussein? I was not a person that didn't have tea in my house. I could have drank tea in my house. I came to have the tea of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Niyat, intention. Even drinking a tea with the correct intention is ibadat. Maybe even more higher than the ibadat that I do. Another person's with the correct intention could be higher their ibadat by drinking tea than the Josh and Kabir that I'm reading, like Nawzubillah, like a newspaper. The intention of individuals rank them how high and how much they use from a certain thing. Sometimes some awliya don't perform a ridiculous amount of ibadat because they have duties. They have duties towards their parents, to their wives, children. They need a lot of things to do. But when they're committed to 1 or 2 or 3 ibadat, they're doing with the bottom of their heart. This person says, I was not a person that wanted to come have food because I wanted to have food. I wanted to have the food of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. I wanted to have the tea of Abu Abdullah Hussein. It has been 50, 60 years I've been only drinking the tea of Abu Abdullah Hussein. Allah, some say in the story that actually he never drank tea outside of the majlis of Abu Abdullah Hussein. He said, they don't taste well. I want to only drink the tea of Abu Abdullah Hussein. This is ma'rifah. This is intention. And this person thought to himself, this alim thought to himself, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? I'm only looking at the what? Face value of this person. I'm looking, okay, is he crying? Is he not crying? How do you know the depths of his heart? He could be even concealing his cry. He could be even so upset within. We don't know. Of course, tear for Abu Abdullah is amazing and we should shed tear, and Buka al-Hussein, obviously it takes away all sins. But the intention is important. Brothers and sisters, let's not forget, on these nights, let's have the correct intention. And most of all, most important of all, let's remember to fix ourselves. Let's become the correct. We can't say that we are Shi'at Ali. We can't, honestly. We want to be the Shia of Ali. That's the best that we can say. Because a true follower of Amir al-Mu'mineen follows Amir al-Mu'mineen exactly as he did. Of course, not to the extent that he did, because none of us can do that. And we shouldn't try, of course. To the extent that he did, none of us should try. Amir al-Mu'mineen is a person where a man saw him in the middle of the desert. He was sitting in the desert. This person didn't recognize Amir al-Mu'mineen. And Amir al-Mu'mineen was eating some food. And he said, can I come and eat with you? And Amir al-Mu'mineen said to him, you can try. You can try. You can try and come, for example, eat with me. And he said, why? He said, it's not food that you like. He said, no, I'll come and eat with you, it's fine. And he saw that Amir al-Mu'mineen was having bread and water. Bread and water. Not normal bread, but bread of not wheat, but jo. They call it jo. Very hard. It turns to be very hard. Not as tasty as, for example, wheat. And this person said, Ya Ali, how are you eating this? It's hurting my teeth. And Amir al-Mu'mineen smiled and said, listen, go inside the city. There is a house on so and so. And there's a boy there, there's a man there. And tell him that someone in the desert sent me. And there is food there. And he says, well, thank you. So I was really hungry and so on and so forth. So he went into the city. Went into the city and he saw that yes, there was a house, there was loads of people eating in this house. He knocked on the door. He said hello to the person. The person was Imam Hassan alayhi salam. He said, come and eat. He said, yeah, a person in the desert sent me. And he started to eat. He came to Imam Hassan alayhi salam and said, listen, I want to take some food back. I want to take some food in a bag. I want to take it for this man in the middle of the desert. He's eating food that you can't possibly eat. And Imam Hassan alayhi salam smiles. He says, the person that you saw there is the owner of this house. He's the person that provided this food. Of course, we cannot be like Amir al-Mu'mineen. We shouldn't even try. That extent, it's only for him. That extent is only for him. Amir al-Mu'mineen is a person that had 2 pairs of clothes. When he would wash one cloth, he would put it to dry, and the other one he would wear it wet. Sometimes the clothes would be wet. He would dry it on his own body. 1 or 2 pairs of clothes. Of course we can't do this. This is too difficult. A person to the level of Amir al-Mu'mineen, he was living not off the nourishment of the food. He was living off the nourishment of his ibadat. The power that he had within was not the power of the bicep and the strength that we're thinking. It was the power of yaqeen and iman. That is something else. And that is only for Amir al-Mu'mineen, of course. His level is something else. His level, of course, is something that we cannot even fathom. It is narrated once, I said this to the brothers as well, that Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali alayhi salam, peace be upon him, said, what? was joking with Salman. And after he would have dates, he would throw the date at him. He was trying to test Salman. Let's not think that, of course, Amir al-Mu'mineen doesn't do anything wrong. He's throwing dates at Salman. And of course, as you know, Salman is very old, 300, 200 or something. He lived before the time of the Prophet and he was much older. And Salman said, Ya Ali, are you joking with me? I'm an old man. Are you joking with an old man? And Imam Ali alayhi salam says to him, do you think that you're older than me? So you think that you're older than me? And Salman says, Ya Ali, is it not that well, of course, you're a young man, I'm much older. And Imam Ali says to him, Salman, remember that time when you were in Iran and Persia and there was a lion chasing you? He said, Ya Ali, yeah, I remember. This is many years ago. How did you know? He said, remember that time that you went into the well? You ran into the well to run away from that lion? He said, yes, of course. A man came and whipped the lion to leave. Who was that man? He said, Ya Ali, I don't know. I didn't see him. He was full of light. I didn't see him. He says, Salman, that was me. I came. This is Ali alayhi salam. Time, he's the master of time. Time doesn't mean anything. Of course, it was not his physical body. Let's not have this wrong idea that it was this body. It was the khalq al-nurani that I was talking about. Amir al-Mu'mineen is a person that he and his name and the name of the Ma'sumeen, the Panishtana ala Aba, the 5 individuals under the Aba, are the reason that Hazrat Nuh was saved in the tsunami. Those 5 individuals are the names that were given to Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. When Adam wanted to come back to the level, I'm talking about the ayah of 37 of Surah Baqarah, when it says, فَتَلَقَّى آدَمْ مِنْ أَسْمَاء. What is that Asma? Imam Baqir alayhi salam, he says, it is the name of the Ma'sumeen alayhi salam, the 5 individuals. And they said to Hazrat Adam, if you want to come back to attention of Allah, use from this materialistic world, use this world, but still have the attention, the 100% attention to Allah, you have to be like Ali and awlad Ali. You need to follow in the footsteps of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Then you will reach to the level that you want to reach. All the prophets, apart from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala. Apart from him, all of them learned the lesson of ma'rifah and yaqeen from Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is 100%. This is all over our hadith and in our belief and in our riwayat and in our books and so on and so forth. We cannot even fathom the level that Amir al-Mu'mineen is. Inshallah, by his grace, with his name, that inshallah we'll call upon tonight, we can become true Shi'as of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And inshallah, as we said, these Qad nights, Al-Qadru Allah wal Layla Fatima, the Hazrat al-Zahra alayhi salam, that is the hujjat between the Ma'sumeen and Allah, not just between us and Allah, but the Ma'sumeen and Allah. As I mentioned, the riwayat of Imam Baqir alayhi salam, we can use these individuals to be the bridge between us and Allah. There's a big distance between us and Allah, brothers and sisters. You need a bridge. You can't go there alone. You need a bridge. The Ma'sumeen alayhi salam are these bridges that inshallah we can use from them. Last point that I wanted to mention, brothers and sisters, is that many people in these nights have said they have problems, different problems of either economical or they're very sick, they're in hospitals at the moment from all around the world, different countries. Our mu'mineen, our brothers and our sisters, also our brothers, of course, in Palestine. In other regions, we see today's world is a cruel world, and many of our brothers and sisters in different locations of the world, they're in trouble. And let's not forget all of them in these nights. Please, let's recite all together. Amma yujib. Amman yujibu mustarra idha da'a wa yakshifu su. 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 Amman yujibu. Salawat ala Muhammad.
جی مصحف جی بالکل 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 مصحف کے بعد صلوات برآل محمد.
کیتی عید فطر دی مسلماناں تے سعادت دی عید مکا کے رے ہسدے لوگ بازاراں وچ پیو حسان دا قتال کرا کے کیتی عید فطر دی مسلماناں سیداں دی عید مکا کے رے ہسدے لوگ بازاراں وچ پیو حسان دا قتال کرا کے ایک زینب غم دا وین کتاب تے عباس کو گل لا کے کیا مل آئے نہ کوفیاں کو ساڈا وسدا گھر لٹوا کے اج وچ کوفے دے مک گئی علی حسین دی پیکیا سے قد کوتے لل امیر المومنین دا حکم سنیا تھئی کل کائنات اداس تے حیدر دے میت اقدس کو چائیاں دے سرور دے پاک نواسے ودا ٹکرا مارے نال دیواراں دے بنی ہاشم دا چن عباس ماتم حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا مظلوم علی مقتول یا مظلوم علی مقتول یا مظلوم یا حسین یا حسین مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے کہیں مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو ہاں محمد کے علم دار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم خاکڑا ہو کے علی شیر خدا مار گئے ہے خاکڑا ہو کے علی خدا مار گئے بازوئے آمد مختار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو حیدر کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو جس کے در سے نہ گیا خالی سوالے کوئی جس کے در سے نہ گیا سوالے کوئی اس سخی صاحب کردار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے یار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے جو 14 میں بھی ہے اور 12 میں بھی ہے جو 14 میں بھی ہے اور 12 میں ہے سارے نبیوں کے مددگار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے یار کا ماتم مومنو ہر ولی کہتا ہے یہ اہل کا ماتم ہر ولی کہتا ہے یہ اہل کا ماتم میرے آقا ہو سردار کا ماتم کر لے مومنو ہے تیرے کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے کرار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہاں محمد کے علم دار کا ماتم کر لو ہاں محمد کے علم دار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے خاکڑا ہو کے علی شیر خدا مار گئے ہے خاکڑا ہو کے علی شیر خدا مار گئے ہے بازوے آمد مختار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو کرار کا ماتم کر لو مل کے جبریل کے استاد کا پرسادو مل کے جبریل کے استاد کا پرسادو مالک صاحب ذوالافکار کا ماتم کر لو مومنو ہے یار 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 کا ماتم کر لو
ہائے علی ہائے علی یا علی یا علی ہائے علی ہائے علی ہائے علی یا علی یا علی ہائے علی ہائے علی ہائے علی یا علی یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ آج بابا مر گیا ہے شبر و شبیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا۔ فاطمہ زہرا کے مرکز سے صدا آنے لگی ہے، صدا آنے لگی، فاطمہ زہرا کے مرکز سے صدا آنے لگی، یہ صدا آنے، یہ مصائب رہ گیا تھا کیا میری تقدیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا۔ غم علی کی بیٹیوں کے پھر سے تازہ ہو گئے، غم علی کی بیٹیوں کے پھر سے تازہ ہو گئے، پھر سے تازہ ہو گئے، غم ابھی بھولی کہاں تھی مادر دلگیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے جنازہ ہے، نظر میں جانے علی کو کیا خیال آتا رہا، نظر میں جانے علی کو کیا خیال آتا رہا، کیا خیال آتا رہا، منہ کبھی زینب کا دیکھا اور کبھی شبیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی۔ بیٹیوں کو دیکھتے ہیں اور روتے ہیں علی، بیٹیوں کو دیکھتے ہیں اور روتے ہیں علی، اور روتے ہیں علی، ہائے وہ ظالم تصور شام کی تفسیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ چھوٹے سے عباس بھی روتے ہیں سر کو پیٹ کر، چھوٹے سے عباس بھی روتے ہیں سر کو پیٹ کر، سر کو پیٹ کر، بچپنا عباس کا اور زخم دل پر تیر کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا، یہ جنازہ ہے علی کا شاہ خیبر گیر کا، یہ جنازہ غم علی کی ताज़ा हो गए, गम अली की बेटियों के फिर से ताज़ा हो गए, फिर से ताज़ा हो गए। गम अभी भूली कहाँ थी मादरे दिलगीर का, ये जनाजा है अली का, ये जनाजा है अली का, शाह खैबर का, ये जनाजा है।
सल्लु अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद। أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. العنوا النواصب قاتلي أميرنا أمير المؤمنين بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. يا حسين ومصابه لأجل العين سجابه، حسين ومصابه يا حسين ومصابه يا حسين، ولأجل العين سجابه أنا اعتقادي بدفترك عنواني، وحاشاك لليوم الوعد تنساني، ولأجل العين سجابه يا حسين ومصابه ولأجل العين سجابه يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، 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 يا أمير أنت يا زوج البتول، أنت يا صهر الرسول، أنت يا عز العقول، يا كريم الأكرمين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير إنك اللطف العظيم، إنك المن القديم، إنك النور العميم، إنك الحبل المتين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير إنك المجد الأثيل حامل الحلم الثقيل، إنك المجد الأثيل حامل الحمل الثقيل، صاحب السيف الصقيل، صاحب السيف الصقيل، يا عظيم الأعظمين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين يا إمام المتقين، يا إنك المولى الوصي، إنك المولى الوصي، إنك النور المضي، إنك النور المضي، أنك الروح الرضي، إنك الروح الرضي يا إمام العالمين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير يا إنك النور العمي، إنك النور العمي والصراط المستقيم، والصراط المستقيم. أنت في اللطف قديم، أنت في اللطف قديم، يا معز المؤمنين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام يا إمام الصابرين، يا إمام الصابرين، يا مثال العابدين، يا معز الزاهدين، يا شفيع المذنبين، يا أمير إنك السيف الطويل لأباطيل الذليل، إنك السيف الطويل لأباطيل الذليل، إنك المحق الأصيل، إنك المحق الأصيل لفساد المارقين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام أنت لطف الله فينا يا إمام المتقين، أنت لطف الله فينا يا إمام المتقين. عظم الله بقتلك من أجور المؤمنين، عظم الله بقتلك من أجور المؤمنين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير عظم الله بقتلك أجر مولانا الرسول، عظم الله بقتلك أجر مولانا الرسول، عظم الله بقتلك أجر زهران البتول، عظم الله بقتلك أجر زهران البتول، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا أمير يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام يا أمير إنها ضربة غدر، إنها ضربة غدر من شرار العالمين، إنها ضربة غدر من شرار العالمين. أوجبت فوزا عظيما لك في الأفق المبين، أوجبت فوزا عظيما لك في الأفق المبين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين،
يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين، يا أمير المؤمنين، يا إمام المتقين. تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت والله، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، أركان الهدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، طاحن عظيم كان شايل اسم، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، طاحن عظيم كان شايل اسم، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى، تهدمت والله، تهدمت والله أركان الهدى. راح لي خوف الموت يوم الموزمة، راح لي خوف الموت يوم الموزمة، من السماء تطيح دمعة فاطمة، من السماء تطيح دمعة فاطمة تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله صوت الوحي باسمه يدعى وحده تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت راحل بسيف الدين ثبت رايته تهدمت والله راحل بسيف الدين ثبت رايته تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله الهدى تهدمت والله سيف الله بالمحراب طبره وهامته سيف الله بالمحراب طبره وهامته هدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله تهدمت سيف الله بالمحراب طبره وهامته تهدمت والله راحوا على الأيتام بانت وحشته راحوا على الأيتام بانت وحشته تهدمت تهدمت والله سيف الصنم يا حيف عالدين اعتدى تهدمت سيف الصنم يا حيف عالدين اعتدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت علي 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 تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت والله أركان الهدى تهدمت
وآل محمد اللهم صل على Muhammad وآل Muhammad. Tonight, thank you. Tonight is bereavement of Mawla Ali. Participating by saying Mawla Ali, Mawla Ali, Mawla Ali, Mawla Ali, Agha Ali, Agha Ali, Mawla Mawla Ali, Agha Ali, Agha Ali. Ey آسمان خون گریه کن ای آسمان خون گریه کن کوفه شده دارالعذاب کوفه شده دارالعذاب مولا علی 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 با یاری تیغ اجل با یاری تیغ اجل حیدر شده حاجت روا حیدر شده حاجت روا مولا علی علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی در هر طرف شور و غم است در هر طرف شور و غم است از رأس او خون می چکد از رأس او خون می چکد مولا علی 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 در این شب قدر خدا در این شب قدر خدا حالی دگر دارد علی حالی دگر دارد علی مولا علی مولا مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا با فرق از هم با شده با فرق از هم با شده قرآن به سر دارد علی قرآن به سر دارد علی مولا علی مولا علی آقا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی بر زانویش لرز فتاد بر زانویش لرز فتاد تا هر قدم بر می نهاد تا هر قدم بر می نهاد مولا مولا علی مولا علی آقا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی در هر نفس با آه خود در هر نفس با آه خود آتش به سینه میزند آتش به سینه میزند مولا علی 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 با زخم بین ابرویش با زخم بین ابرویش حرف از مدینه میزند حرف از مدینه میزند مولا مولا علی 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 نجوای او بوی غم است نجوای او بوی غم است آوای زهرا بر لبش آوای زهرا بر لبش مولا علی مولا علی آقا علی آقا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی ای آسمان خون گریه کن ای آسمان خون گریه کن ای آسمان خون گریه کن کوفه شده دارالعذاب کوفه شده دارالعذاب 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 مولا علی مولا علی آقا علی